Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got Luciodology, and on the right is going to be Clouded Minds. This is a Division D West matchup, so this will be the best of 3 series for all of you. Sorry. Behind me, they're just... Oh, okay, Hentron literally said, first pick Probius. Oops. And so, like, that's what I came into draft with. Speaking of... You all came into this draft and you're sitting there at home like, wait, Tomb of the Spider Queen, why are we here? I got you. The home team this evening is going to be Luciodology. They lost the coin flip. Clouded Minds opted for first pick in our first game. They banned out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. Luciodology banned out Volskaya, and one team had to ban out Braxis, and they're the ones who did it. They decided to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen for our game number 1, and I'm hearing this draft already flying through. Can we get some asthma pogs in chat? The boy. The boy. Just the boy. Can we get asthma? Whoa, wait! Sorry, we missed bands. Double Dom, thank you for the follow. I very much appreciate the support, my friend. Kira's in the game. Kira's in the game. Tell your grandma, tell your goldfish, tell your dog, especially tell your dog. Maybe tell your cat if you can find them. They might be killing things. But we got a Kira game. I'm super excited. I'm so excited about this. I seriously cannot wait. Asmodan, I'm pumped about the Asmodan, but like I haven't got to see any of her like coordinated play whatsoever. Yeah, Kira's in play as well. That is so very good. But Kael'thas is going to be over there as well. We are going to be getting into our second ban phases. That will be the ETC being banned out. They do have an Asmodan Brightwing Imperius, so they're going to need some extra damage and a main tank in that department. On the left-hand side, they do need a main tank. Something strong in the rotations. It could be banned out here. Johanna is already going to be banned out. Maybe they go for the Diablo ban. Don't want to deal with that dive and that initiation. Makes a lot of sense right here. A lot of really big power you can bring into there. Yeah, thank you for the asthma pogs in chat. Thank you. Oh, I love that so much. It's so good. I'm so ready for this. I didn't specifically pick Clouded Minds because I know they have an Asmodan player. I specifically picked Clouded Minds because I know Venus plays Asmodan and takes the wrong talent, so I can shame him on stream. No. Let's actually get into our draft here. They do need a main tank as well as... Ooh, they're going to be grabbing the Sylvanas, so more push power, and then Mal'Ganis. I do like the Mal'Ganis right now. That's... I think with the Kira, that could be huge. Oh no, they forgot Kira's legal now? Did they? I asked in caster chat, and Venus is in there, so I think they should have known. Actually, no, because I was over in Division D chat, and someone was actually writing... What was it? Someone said, like, Ektar actually procced the ban bot. So they are going to be going... I was wondering about this. They are going to be going into essentially double mage, because I was like, do they pick up something to help the Asmodan clear? And they're going to pick up that Jaina. Deckard Cain will be rounding out the draft on the left-hand side. They also have that Anub'arak as well. I like the draft from Clouded Minds a lot. I really like Clouded Minds draft. I think that's really strong. And I'm not saying that just because like I'm biased towards the Asmodan. Like, I think there's a lot of momentum with that. I think there's a lot of dive, and I think there's a lot of great siege coming out from them. We didn't forget? Okay, Swing's confirming they didn't forget. Shame. Why are we shaming people? We shouldn't be shaming anybody. But thank you all for coming by and checking out our second series of the evening. I'm super excited about this. I think this is going to be a great Tomb of the Spider Queen game. We're going to be focusing on that Kira as much as possible. I want to try and highlight some of that play. I like to try and jump in the solo lane as much as possible, which looks like it'll be like, what, Sylvanas versus... Imperius? We'll see. I'm curious to see what this matchup's going to be as well. We didn't really break down the draft too well right there. I was kind of just memeing, but wait, please do not ruin my terrible memes. I don't have enough time to come up with good ones, and it's too late now. Let's get into game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Luciodology. Fairywinkle is going to be on the Kira. We're going to be having Hentron on the Sylvanas. Galactus will be on the Deckard Cain. Lemony Fresh will be on the Kael'thas. And Eugenia's, I think, is going to be on the Mal'Ganis. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Clouded Minds. Swing will be on the Jaina. Star Knight is going to be on the Brightwing. Zednem is going to be on that. Is going to be on the Anub'arak. We do have Venus on the Azmodan and Tiger on the Imperius. Let's go ahead and check on over to these players. I'm going to jump over to Kira really quickly. Oh, wait, no, she's got a questing talent. Whoa, Kael'thas not taking Mana Addict at level 1? Taking Fel Infusion? This is an auto attack spell power build that I've seen a couple players go for. Like, there's an auto attack like cycle that you can. Is Kira the solo laner right now? Is she played? Was she? Isn't she an assassin? Is this like one of those like kind of like gray main situations or whatever, where they're just like, oh yeah, he's a flexible assassin, and then it just turns out that he's just great in solo lane for a while, and that's where he sat for the majority of his like not release, but for a long time, Greymane sat in the solo lane, and then he became part of the 4-man, and then he fell off the meta super hard, and then now he's back in the meta. What is this? All right, so I just don't know. So we're gonna have to check out some of these here and there. Hold on, there's a fight breaking out in mid as well. What is this level 1? Well, maximum stacks of blood range. Additional damage when damaging heroes with blood. Okay. So it's you got to keep them stacks going here, but that's going to just continue to be rotations. And it's interesting to me. The reason I highlighted on the fact of the Kael'thas not taking the Mana Addict at 1, this is a map where you're doing rotations. You're going to be picking up regen globes in top and mid consistently, and to get that mana shield and that return as well is so huge for the player. But it doesn't seem like they care too much for it. No Regeneration Master either for the Anub'arak. Going to be going into the Legion of Beetles, which is, I believe, just spell armor on the Beetles, and the auto spawning too. I guess there is that fact as well. So you get a few more Beetles out, and Star Knight and Venus going to be doing their best to stack up here, sitting at 50 stacks. That's actually pretty good right now for an Azmodan. Roughly, you want to be sitting around the 100 stack mark, right around your level 5, and then. This is if you're trying to optimize for 10. Me personally, I never hit these, but that's at least where I try and aim my own, that's my own personal goal. Okay. AA fell the dream. Yeah, yes, she is. Greymane was never really out. I mean, well, there was a long time when Genji and Maiev were out, nobody picked Greymane. Like, Greymane just wasn't even banned. Like, I saw him nowhere. Venus, we've talked about this. Gank in bottom lane, which we didn't talk about. Venus, how you about to play me like this? 5 to 5 in our levels here. We're going to continue to see. This is going to be the Azmodan coming down here to pick up the experience that is going to be lost for the time being while Imperius is going to be down. Turn-in availability is going to be in favor for the members of Luciodology if they're able to get that turn-in right now. They're halfway in. They just need to... Who actually has the majority of those gems? Isn't it number 6? Yeah. A majority is going to be sitting on the Sylvanas, and then they're just going to be able to need to get, like, 1 or 2 players in after that, after a few more rotations, or at least maybe even just this rotation right here. Night Rush going to be coming out from the Mal'Ganis. They're going to get the catch onto 1 with the scroll ceiling. That's going to be the phase shift coming into this. Ooh, nice use of the polymorph at the end of that. With the phase shift going to be coming. And Imperius going to be going down once again. I apologize for missing all these. I keep catching. I said that I was going to focus on Kira, and I've just been watching a lot of the rotations, and I haven't been watching the health pool, so I'll do my best with that one right there. Solo G-Man was weird. Kira's way better in theory for self-sustain. She seems to be doing fine on her own. Like, wasn't she released as like a melee assassin? Am I wrong on that? Or was she released as a bruiser? I thought she was an assassin. But she's like, I thought I saw people talking about how she's just dumb powerful in the solo lane, and we're kind of seeing that right now. This is going to be the jump as well. They're trying to get, that's so much damage going out, and Zedem is not going to be going down right there. They tap well, and they try and reinitiate right there. Kael'thas with the gravity lapse going out. What do they actually, so mana tapped right here, restores 4% of Kael'thas' maximum mana, and Living Bomb spreads to enemies, dealing 35% more damage. Sun King's Fury going to be coming out right there, as we are going to be progressing into these stacks for Azmodan as well, staying at 105 off the base, 400 total that they can get, but that first talent, the Gluttony, is going to be 200 stacks right there to get the cooldown reduction from minions as well as heroes. It's 0.25 seconds from every minion hit, and then 0.5 seconds because it's doubled when it's hit on heroes. But what Blue Web Weaver is going to be coming in right here. She's called a melee assassin, so is Illidan. Okay. Both use solo lane. I mean, anyone can be a solo laner. Decker Kane, I've solo laned as Decker Kane. That's not fun. No, I get you now. I agree with that as well. But that's going to be the dive coming out from the Anub'arak right now. Phase shift in from the Brightwing is going to get that healing onto Zenom as necessary. Tiger stepping forward with the Celestial Charge. Asmodee trying to go for the laser right there, and they're not going to be able to get that all shell burn onto Lemony Fresh as they throw out that gravity lapse. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Kira and Sylvanas are going to be sieging in right here. They also pop that trait for a hot second right there. That's going to be so much damage coming out. Huge cleanse from Star Knight, who needs to get some sort of healing. Oh my god, they live with just like barely any health right there as Venus is trying to throw out these dunks, trying to stack up a little bit faster as well as clear out this wave a little bit better. They are going to be going for Art of Chaos, which is going to be mono return after hitting 2 heroes, and I believe it's also going to get you a few extra stacks for hitting said heroes. Restores 40 and 4 extra annihilation. That's what it is. I knew it was extra stacks, but me personally, I'm a battle board bombardment boy. Cooldown reduction all day from your autos. I'm a Wrath boy as well. But that's, as I said, that's me. From what I've seen, she can clear 1 lane okay, can't really handle clearing 2. So she can't do any sort of like double rotation like a Malthael and Dahaka would on like Towers of Doom, but if she was on Infernal Shrines, she'd be fine. Or maybe Tomb of Spider Queen, where she doesn't need to make many rotations. That's a really good pick on them. Alganis coming out from the members of Clouded Minds as well, kind of picking up their first kill and clapping back in a sense. We've seen talents for quite some time right now. Let's actually cycle through some of the other numbers and take a peek at what those look like. We do have the Fatal Strike for that Kira as well, which I'll highlight in just a second. I don't know off the top of my head. Since she's... I have this kind of thing where, like, when heroes are released, I don't typically learn them immediately for casting because they usually get changed right around the time they're actually legal for most leagues, but this is not the case right now, so I think that might have to, that rule might just have to fade away and I just need to learn them immediately, because there's usually like a decent amount of changes that come in where it's not like, oh yeah, it's game breaking, but it does change their mechanics in a sense. I don't know, that's my experience on the casting end for quite some time. But 10 talent tiers are here for both teams. Venus, don't you do it, Venus. Control. I believe it's control 1. They're holding in. This makes me nervous. Wrath of Angiris, hello? Okay. Wrath of Angiris is going to be the choice for this Imperius as well. Gonna be having that dive bomb. Venus, okay, see? Yes. Yes. Get that damage in, boy. What does her 1 quest do again? I can show it in a second here. Well, after we get the, oh wow, this is working out for them? How? I'm surprised there wasn't just like 1 stun or like a polymorph. Like maybe the polymorph was on cooldown or something, but either way, let's actually jump over to the vision for the Brightwing really quickly, as this is going to be, oh, they're trying to dive in. That's going to be the step forward as well. Sylvanas with the Wailing Arrow to try and deny that kill right there. So it looks like they're in this full Fatal Wounds build. While at maximum stacks, Blood Rage's Bleed deals 50% additional damage to enemy heroes under 50% health. Lornado going to be coming out here, trying to separate a couple players from the friendly team. That's going to be, I think, Wrath of Angiris is going to be picked up onto the Decker Kane, who's going to be pulled over here. There's no major follow-up just yet. Asmodee will get that all-shell burn. Huge Impale coming out from the Imperius as well. Nice Ring of Frost out from the Jaina right there. Dunk coming out as well. They pick up 2, and that's going to be Sylvanas going down as well. We talked about the value of Water Elemental, but right there we saw what kind of value we can get with Ring of Frost as the setup. Huge wraparound from Fairywinkle, but I don't think they're going to be able to stay alive. No way. There's just no way. Venus? 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 Gets 1 more globe out and they're able to get out of there. Wow. Okay, so damage. So the quest is damage enemy heroes with Blood Rage's bleed damage. After damaging heroes, bleed damage for 125 times. The Blood Rage's duration is increased by 2 seconds. We're gonna learn this all together, stream. Damaging at least 2 heroes with Blood Rage causes Kira to evade the next 4 basic attacks within 12 seconds. That's a big one right there. And then Healmonger. We're gonna have Blood Rage. Sorry, I'm not really showing anything right now. If Blood Rage damages deal an enemy hero below 50% health, it heals for an additional 342. And then the Fatal Strike is after 1 second deal 691 damage to enemies in a line. That damage is increased by 25%. Enemies hit who are below 50%. There we go. And then we'll highlight the 13 while we're here. Basic attacks, increase your basic attack damage against that hero by 25 stacks with 4 times. So basically you want to just hit the same hero, much like Vala's. Oh my god. What is that talent? Manticore? Is that the talent for Vala where she has to if you just constantly hit the same hero, you start to do a lot more damage? Right? Am I reading that right? Basic attacking an enemy hero increases your basic attack against that hero by 25 stacks with 4 times. Wait. It's reset if you're... Okay, that's I didn't read that last part. There we go. Oh, snap. That ring was nice. Yes, I agree. I hope that covered Shodonis for you. So, me too. I'm learning her as well. Like, she's definitely... She's a new one to learn. Lemony Fresh is going to get forced to here a little bit. There is a little bit of a lull right there as we just kind of read talents for a bit. That's Web Wrap coming out. Cleanse coming out from Star Knight as well. Wrath of Angiers will be pulling the Decker Cane to the back line right now. That's also going to be Eugenia's coming out. And they also brought the Carrion Swarm, and they get some extra healing from that, but that doesn't mean that the Decker Cane stays alive. Azmodan did finish out on that Gluttony at level 1, meaning that they do have the cooldown reduction when hitting minions and heroes. 0.25 seconds for minions and 0.5 seconds for heroes. Here, they're just going to be sieging in right now, and this is also going to be Hentron not able to get out. Oh, the Banshees are good. There's no dunk from Weenus. You see it. There's the Tide. Oh, they turn around. Does Zine have anything? No. Do they burrow through? Oh, that was, yeah, like, that dunk right there. They even popped the Tide of Sin to try and get that extra damage out as well. Now we siege in through bottom lane. Cloud of Mines with a very, very good Webweaver phase right now as Kael'thas gets blown up right there. Mal'Ganis does not have any sort of Carrion Swarm. Night Rush to try and get out right there. Wailing Arrow from the Sylvanas as well, and this is not looking too good for Weenus as they need to retreat. Gonna throw out one more dunk, get a little damage onto that keep, and they'll be able to walk out absolutely fine. I was thinking that they might be able to catch up to Weenus and stun them out, but that's not happening. It's 15 to 15 in our levels. Let's actually cycle through some of the other numbers really quickly, get an idea of what those look like. The Haunted literally has 0% usage from what I'm seeing. Manticore, yeah, thank you. The Haunted? The Haunted... Or the Haunted literally has 0 usage from what I've seen? Oh, is that talent that I was just reading for the auto attacks onto hero, where I compared it to Manticore? I know we're not on it right now, but I'll check afterwards. I think I catch you. I think I catch you. Yeah, it did. I just pulled her stuff up. Okay, great. Ooh, Hentron. They know where the Banshees are going, and they actually tried to stun them out. They do find the follow-up Imperious with the Celestial Charge, and that's Sylvanas going down. Now, here's the thing to take into your own games, everyone. This is a big, big factor. They just killed Sylvanas, and she dropped a solid 15-plus gems right there. They didn't zone those gems, and Decker Cane, the oldest man in... Wait, I don't think he's the oldest man. Well, anyways, the elderly steps forward and takes those gems. So that's just something, like, take that into your own games. Like, if you kill someone with a significant amount of gems, step up and zone those gems away. That's not the longest time to wait for them to go. I see what their game plan is here. They want to try and get this boss and push up their top lane as quickly as possible, but... Me personally, I think this is one of those situations where you definitely, you want to zone those gems and then you can maybe go for boss, but Galactos, because, oh, that's the Celestial Charge follow-up from Anub'arak. They're getting so much good damage. Lord Nado's dropped right in front of them as they're going to be able to make it out, but Star Knight's chasing in. Weenus, do they have another dunk? There's the dunk coming out. Galactos takes much of that damage. 15 health, I think, was the lowest that I saw it go. Red Webweavers are going to be descending, blue Webweavers are going to be descending as the Carrion Swarm will be coming out from the Mal'Ganis. Yeah, the Haunted, okay. Or the Hunted, excuse me. I cannot read. Swing life away. Revolving sweep cooldown recharges 150% faster while Kira is swinging around her target. She also gains 50 spell armor for 2 seconds after activation impact. Ding dang. Illidan's a bit older, yeah. But I meant like in this matchup I meant, sorry. In prison for 10K years, yeah, just a bit. Is he the oldest human? Yeah, I think, like, Deckard Cain, I guess you could say, is the oldest human? Right? He's a human, right? He's not, like, some Diablo race thingy that I'm just potatoing on. I never played enough Diablo to kind of know. But we are going to be, we're in this mid to late game right now, and they're doing a great job on both sides, honestly. Like, the Web Weavers coming down was a great way to pause that and give them time to deny the boss value. I think they got a little bit of siege up here. And meanwhile, the enemy team, Cloud of Mines, was able to clear out those lanes. So both teams kind of buying time and putting things on the map. And now we're getting to that, as I said, like mid to late game where like there's not much on the board beyond fighting. They only need 3 more gems, or excuse me, 1 or 2 more, as they will be able to have Web Weaver turn in on the side of Luciodology. Are they going to be able to find that turn in, or will it be denied by the members of Clouded Mines? 327 stacks on the Asmodan, roughly 6k damage on that Jaina for the Frostbite right there. Decker Kane did finish out the Scroll of Identify. Nope. Scroll of Sealing? Scroll of Identify. Nope. I always do this. I screw up Scroll of Identify and Scroll of Sealing all the time. Turn-in is going to be available for the members of Clouded Mines, and they actually managed to push that wave up a little bit, and there was no check coming out from Luciodology. And now, Red Web Weavers descending in game, 16 minutes in. I think their numbers are bugged on total, because Chainsaw and Pulsing Pain only add up to like 75%. Okay. What are her numbers really quickly? I just want to see. Pretty good. Middle of the board, what you kind of expect for someone who's playing in the solo lane. Okay, cool. Red Web Weavers are in lane. I apologize. I just wanted to look through all those stats really quickly. We do have the Scroll Ceiling coming out. They're trying to zone them back a little bit. Web Weaver going to get really low. Kael'Thas throwing a lot of that damage in the backline. And Nubrak steps forward as well, trying to find a kill. That's going to be the swing, the revolving sweep coming out from Fairywinkle as well. But I think there's just a couple seconds where they're not able to step into that backline, and they get the Decker Kane as well as the Sylvanas. This will be the top lane. Keep going down. Oh, the Wrath of Angiris, as they also got that stun onto Mal'Ganis. Look at how much damage is being thrown out onto them, and they find the Mal'Ganis as well. Now, the polymorph onto Fairywinkle, who gets the Chain Spear out of there. There is going to be a Web Weaver coming in through the mid lane, revolving sweep coming around the Azmodan. He's going to get thrown around right there. Pyro Blast onto the Jaina. She doesn't have Ice Block. She takes the brunt of that. That's also going to be the final strike, right? Final strike coming out from Kiera, who does end up going down right there. Swing. So much damage thrown onto them. Keep does not go, or excuse me, the keep on the right hand side goes down, but the core is not falling enough. They do have this Web Weaver in in mid lane coming through. The other lanes did get cleared out, and it seems like the members of Clouded Mines are going to be trying and going to successfully be able to take game number 1 on Tomb the Spider Queen. GG. Well played. I don't think Decker Kane is a Nephilim, but I could be off on my lore. That's what I'm saying, KPB. Like, it's the same thing for me. Like, I don't know. Another really nice ring. Yeah. Swing had some awesome rings in that game. That was a very, very good game from both those teams. I had such a blast with that one. All right, let's show talents. I'm gonna get a message out to the captain, who is apparently offline. They might be showing offline. Okay. Long game 1. 18 minutes, Tomb of Spider Queen. I'd say that's average. I'd say we're pretty on average with that one. Now, like, Heroes of the United States taking it in like sub 12 minutes. That's a quick game 1. Oh my god. I played Diablo, and I'm not sure either, to be honest. Let's Google it. Let's Google it, stream. We gotta wait and find out if we want map pick or first pick. Deckard Kane. Deckard Kane. Deckard Kane was a Herodric scholar, versed in obscure lore and history of Archon. Racist human. GG, well played. Ooh. Muy interesante. Alrighty, everybody. Let's go ahead and get our information all changed, and let's get ourselves set up. Oh, wrong one. Let's get ourselves set up here for game number 2 in just a moment. I'm Potato. How you doing there, bud? He's snoring a little bit and it's cute. It's really cute. Sadly, I must depart for reasons of illness. Good luck, teams. Feel better. Oh, Shadonas, feel better. Yeah, according to the wiki. Thank you, KPB. Shadonas, feel better. I hope the games will nurse you back to life. All right, so let's actually make the proper lobby this time, not the improper one. Whoopsie. All right, now we're on the. I was like, hold on 1 second. This background is not correct. Team 2 is gonna get first pick priority, and then let's get them in. Why can't I invite? Oh, because they're showing offline. Wonderful. Hentron was on the opposing team, so let's get them in here. They'll pull in the rest of the team from there. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. We're good. All right, sorry. They're just I was fixing something. They were showing for some reason they were showing like offline. I couldn't invite them, so I had to get their whole team in. And then one player came in and just sat there. I was like, "Please invite your whole team." And then everyone started coming in. So we're getting going in just a second. So tell us more about your friend's cover band. They're called Prescribed Burn, and they play Pixies cover songs. As well as they play like a lot of they play some Nirvana, a decent amount of Pixies. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I don't know. So there's one random player came in here. Set to captain on them. Someone came into the lobby and someone was like, were they streaking? Teams are. Alrighty. But yeah, they're pretty good. Prescribed Burn. I believe they have like social media and stuff. I don't know if they have any like. Stop. I don't know who this person is, but I'm about to ban them. Or not ban them, but block them because they keep joining lobby. So they're like, why does your friend keep joining? I'm like, I don't know who that is. Then they're just like, it's just lol. All right, so one team is ready. Lucio is ready. Okay, KK going. Good luck, have fun. Spooky Worm. Alrighty, everybody, let's go ahead and get into this. We are ready for game number 2. Let's go ahead and find ourselves into our second map, and it is going to be... Let us get into Alterac Pass as our game number 2. And if you're sitting at home and you just watched the Tomb of the Spider Queen game and you want to know why we're on Alterac Pass, don't worry, friends. I haven't updated the stuff in the background, so I'm doing that right now as I'm buying time to actually get us to the maps that I totally was prepared for. The home team this evening is going to be Luciodology, who lost the coin flip. Clouded Minds wanted first pick priority in that game 1. They banned out Cursed Hollow as well as Sky Temple. Luciodology banned out Volsky and Braxis Holdout. They chose Tomb of the Spider Queen as our game number 1 and lost that. They opted for map pick for game number 2, and they are going to be picking Alterac Pass, a map that we haven't seen too often here. I think a lot of teams don't really like this map. Same with, I don't know, Braxis Holdout. No teams ever want to play Braxis Holdout, and it's the most annoying and frustrating thing on my end, because I'm like, I just want to cast it super bad. Pixies are awesome? Yeah, it's really good. They're pretty talented. I mean, like, a couple of the players have like made CDs before, and like toured and stuff like that. So like they've got some prowess around them, but like they're 40-plus-year-old men with daughters and wives, and they're just like, all right. Like, it was really cool because it was a really great moment because like we went to this bar, and it's like it's a neighborhood bar. Like half the people know each other. Like I ran to like I shook so many people's hands. Like, oh, good seeing you. Like it's one of those kind of places. And so the lead or rhythm guitarist, I guess you could say, or one of the singers, his daughter and his wife came in. There was like an outdoor area, so like they were sitting in the outdoor area where it was like legal, and she could just hang out and listen to her dad, but she could kind of see through the doors. It was really cool, and like everyone was really nice and like kept the doors clear so she could watch. So I was just like, it was a little bit of a sweet moment yesterday to be able to see that. And it was, I asked her, I was like, how do you like your dad's first concert? She goes, it's really loud. So it's just adorable. But we got some bands here. We're getting into Alterac Pass. No Kira band and no Asmodan band. Do we see the insta-snap from the members of Clouded Minds for their Asmodan, or do they let that go through, and do they go for the Kira here? Why does your friend keep joining? Is my John Ledford. Thank you, Kaleo. Super Noob here. Are these games hosted by the series? So the Nexus Gaming Series it's a league, and there's games played every week. Wow. Can we get some Asmopogs in chat, please? Also, welcome, Wigumpy? I think I have that right, Wigumpy. Welcome. And also Leap and Leaner, how you doing? But yeah, so this is the Nexus Gaming Series it's a league that they put on 8 weeks of round play. So I guess everyone kind of plays each other over those 8 weeks. There's some flex matches where you pick up some extra games, and then we move into the playoffs. We're currently in week number 7, and these are the matchups. So like next week Clouded Minds will play someone else in Division D West and stuff like that as it trickles down. I apologize. I drank a bunch of tea right as we were transitioning. And so when these teams get to playoffs, obviously, they start knocking each other out, and that's, I think, another 4 weeks of play. So overall, the Nexus Gaming Series runs for 12 weeks. And then I think there's actually, there might be 13, 14, because they might have like grand finals as a separate week. But either way, they're in season 7 right now. I've been doing this since like season 2 or something like that. I've been around here for a while. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in chat. But this is it's a league. It's run by people within the community. It's all volunteer driven. Like no one pays me to cast these. I do this because I love the community and I enjoy producing great casted games for everyone. I apologize that I haven't broken down this draft whatsoever, but welcome to the stream, and if you are new and you haven't followed already, please go ahead and do so. I do a ton of casting for Heroes of the Storm, as well as on other channels I break into other games, but on this channel we mostly play Heroes of the Storm. October is going to be a bunch of spooky games. I've got like 2 games already lined up, maybe a third to come on top of that. We'll see, because usually October is a bit of a dead time for a lot of different leagues. Anyways, let's get into our draft, because we're way past halfway. Asmodan, Brightwing, Ragnaros, and Falstead coming out from the members of Luciodology. Thank you, Arrow. Also, yeah, if you want to join and you want to check out the Nexus Gaming Series more, there's a command and chat !NGS, and that'll give you a link to their website where you can find out a ton more information, as well as their Discord, their Twitter, all that good stuff, and what they're about. And you can also even check out the calendar and see what kind of games there are coming up. But Kael'thas, ETC, Imperius, they're going to need some healing as well as a little bit more damage with this Kael'thas. Ooh, I like the Phoenix here, and a Rhaegar as well. Okay. I'm assuming this is just going to be not Planet Cracker, Purification Salvo, and you'll have like the slowing totem as well as Imperius and Kael'thas. There's a lot of great slows right there. And then Joanna rounds out the draft on the left-hand side, pairs well into the Asmodan to be able to pick up a lot more of those stacks right there. Thank you, Laughing Underwater, for posting that. I believe that's the right link, right? Is that the right one? Does that take you to the right website? Yeah, it does. Okay, I wasn't sure if I fixed it or not. I was like, I can't remember if that's actually working properly. But yeah. Laughing Underwater, IDK, I'm just happy someone got my joke. Helio, I thank you for being here, friend. Thank you. We are going to be loading here into our next game. Cool. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any major notices, but it doesn't seem like that. It's a pretty quiet night, FYI. Oh. Okay. Just some updates on some game stuff. All right, I thought there was a crack in the glass. Bandit is like hard passed out right now. It's adorable. You. Oh, no, you're not. You're just faking it. I can see those. I can see your eyes are open. Let's get into our game here, everybody. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Luciodology. Lemony Fresh is going to be on this Asmodan. Galactos is going to be on the Brightwing. Hentron will be on the Falstad. Fairywinkle will be on the Ragnaros. And Eugenias will be on the Joanna. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Clouded Minds. Up 1 in our best-of-3 series, trying to take it in a 2-0 fashion. We got Weenus on the Phoenix. Zednum is going to be on the ETC. Swing will be on the Kael'thas. We're going to be having Star Knight on the Rhaegar. And already in bottom lane, not even wanting to say hi to anyone, Imperius going to be played by Tiger once again. Let's actually get our Vision controller set up really quickly and just kind of show Vision for both these teams as they are going to get set up right now. You can kind of just get an idea of what it looks like as they are going to be playing at the start of this. And it's as I said, like, we can see everything, but it's always cool, in my opinion, to be able to see this as well. Let's also check out our level 1 questing talents for a lot of these players. We do have the bribe stacks for that Falstad, that wingman, who's going to be flying into the top lane. Doesn't see the Phoenix, but Weenus is going to be 1v1ing into Hentron right now. This is going to be a pretty good back and forth. We do have the Phoenix going into... I'm blanking on the name. I can only think of Arsenal Synergy, and I know that's not right. Mobile Offense, there we go. So this is going to be, I believe it's... attack speed. So it's just attack moving for your repeater cannon. That's what it is. Okay. We're not. I just want to make sure. Vatten, thank you so much for the follow as well as we got into this game. Thank you. I appreciate that support, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Let's see though. Hentron is going to be. I don't know. Like this matchup between Hentron and Phoenix might be a little difficult for Hentron. Because it's that shield is going to be such a nuisance to deal with because they always will have that, their health bar. And granted, like Phoenix's health pool, not that much right now. So basically you have a total of 1,200 health, and then you have like 8,000, or not 8,000, 800 or 900 of shielding. So that's just, it's something to note. Like Phoenix doesn't have the biggest health pool, so if you can get past that shielding, that's gonna be a big old burst onto them. But you know, they've got a lot of good mobility, and they've also got a lot of great aggressive, and they've got the blink for the aggression as well as the I can't think of it. Not D-play. I can't think of like. I guess retreat's the easiest way to call it. I'm stuck on it. My brain's just farting on it. It was so alright. So there was just speaking of brain farts. Like I had a brain fart about. Ragnaros goes down to bottom lane because I'm not paying attention. But I had a brain fart about a hero in a draft, and I want to talk about like an ETC synergy, but I couldn't remember ETC like mid like sent it. Like it went away because I looked over at chat. And I couldn't remember, and like no joke, 6 hours later I was like laying in bed, like about to fall asleep, and I just yelled ETC, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the hero that I was thinking about. Like it just popped in right then. Anyways, we've been rambling long enough. We do have our prison locations opening up. That will be happening at the 3-minute mark in the game. We should be seeing someone going over for these camps fairly soon, and they did grab them. All right, so this is one thing that I want to note. So you want to grab these camps immediately at the 1-minute mark. You can get them out right. Like 1 minute, 20 seconds. That will allow you to have situations like this. Right as the prison locations are opening up, your siege camp is going to be opening back up and available. It's a 1 minute, 30-second counter. So realistically, you can get this right before the objective pops up. And while you may give over the advantage of positioning in this early game, that's not that big of a deal because you're now putting some pressure into lane. So you can just poke around the objective, make sure that they're not going to be able to grab it in 30 seconds because this will be into wave. And then the enemy team will have to split off and try and clear that out. Granted, this is Alterac Pass, where a lot of players don't prioritize the first objective right away. They just go for the 7 talent tier, or they just try and add in some extra lane pressure and respond when they see the enemy team starting to step up onto their own. Kael'thas did go into the Mana Addict at level 1, sitting at 7 of those. Block Party for the ETC. Power Slide around the corner to just get here as quick as possible. Asmodan goes for the dunk right there. Not going to have that cooldown reduction just yet. Falstad with another poke. They keep throwing out these demon warriors, right? Because there was the demotion. Like the lieutenants, or the generals became lieutenants when they got the rework right there. As Tiger's getting a nice setup, double celestial charge going to be coming out right there. They didn't go for that questing talent at 1 by any means, but still going to have that 7 talent here over the opposing side. Anything out of the ordinary that we're going to be seeing here? Rhaegar does have cleanse as well, which is going to be a nice utilization right there if they are going to be kind of getting held up by any sort of Blessed Shield, or if like Falstad tries to gust, you cleanse and then that gust doesn't affect them. Now they step forward onto this. Passive play? Yeah, it's a little bit of a passive play. Both these teams are kind of playing a little bit slow here, but I think they're making very, very strong decisions for both sides. 30 seconds on this first objective. It will go up by 10 seconds each time to a total of 50 seconds on that third one and then stay at that point. Kael'thas with the double gravity lapse right there, not going to be able to find anyone, but Azmodan going to be throwing in some of that damage, working up those stacks. That's a big thing to keep in mind as that does progress, as they do scale. That's a lot of damage in AoE. You don't want to be caught in so many of these clusters with him being able to throw out a lot of damage. Look at it coming out again. Tiger's so very low, but so is Fairywinkle. They're trying to put this back and forth. They managed to deny them the counter channel. Yeah, I think that's the from Luciodology. There we go. I was gonna say the wrong team right there. I like the way that they're playing this. So Star Knight, they're gonna be able to get out just fine. Polymorph goes out as well, and they cycle back around. Speaking of cycling, let's take a look at some of the other numbers as we haven't had a chance to look at those just yet. Ragnaros will be in the bottom lane to clear that out, Falstad in top, and it seems like the rest of the team will be defending through mid. Let's actually jump onto the vision for the members of Clouded Mind, see how they're going to be pushing this in, see what they can see. They know that Ragnaros is in bottom, they can count 3 in mid, and they know that Falstad's up there as well, so they can be aggressive in this mid lane with their 4-player push. That's not right. 3-player push. I was just like, hold on, I'm counting heroes on the map. I'm like, we didn't just add a hero, but I was looking at the gigantic health bar. I was like, 4 players. But they're getting great sieging right now through this mid lane. This might, I would say, this would confirm the fort. Ooh, no, they're not gonna stick around for it. I was thinking that they had the siege damage, and I thought they had the aggression as well. Meanwhile, in top lane, it's gonna be Galactos and Hentron denying Venus from any sort of major siege down there. Fairywinkle, I think they do have the Molten Core, but they're just waiting to see if Tiger actually steps up to utilize it. Not gonna be necessary, as they go ahead and just back right out. ETC coming down here as well. Kael'thas and Star Knight will be going ahead and grabbing the siege camp on the right-hand side. Another thing to note for your own games, keep this camp on cooldown, essentially. If it's yellow, if it's off cooldown, if it's sitting up, grab it. Make sure, and then when that timer goes in 1 minute 30 seconds, grab it again. So like, take this in your own game. You know that 6 minutes and 30 some seconds, you know that at 8 minutes into the game, you can get that next camp, roughly. It's just little things. Take those into your games. Huge optimizations. The objective is a hero to me. As it scales, it feels like it. Wrath of Angiris again for the Imperious. We do have Kael'thas with the Pyro Bomb. ETC holding. Do they go stage dive to kind of answer the global threat of Falstad and Brightwing, or do they just go for the Mosh Pit for the potential blow up? They're going for Mosh Pit for the blow up. Is this? Then I would assume this is Purification Salvo. Yeah, Purification Salvo for the for Venus right there. Mosh Pit goes out onto one down here. The solo dance Blessed Shield comes out, but they still find the Ragnaros. Ragnaros getting that private dance from Zednam, and the rest of the team coming in, barging in the room, saying, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, you're dead." Gust is going to be up for Falstad, but they're going to be in that top lane, so they won't be able to utilize that. We do also have that lava wave for the Ragnaros, and oh, Hentron, they blink forward, but they barrel roll right out of there. They're like, we're not. No, we're not. 23 seconds on this camp, and we should just be, yeah, I was going to say, like, this isn't too far off either. Do we get the same kind of... I would expect this to be the same kind of play. They're going to go for the camp and then they maybe step forward onto the objective. It's going to be 10 talent tier to 10 talent tier. I don't think anyone's going to be able to make it into their 13s just yet. Kael'thas did finish Mana Addict at level 1 Mana Addict already. And this is uncapped as well. So now they're going to be able to get that Arcane Barrier as they're just building their maximum mana continually. It's just great, yeah. We are going to be seeing Azmodan finish out the level 1 questing talent for them as well, that Gluttony. They will be having the cooldown reduction off of minions, and then that it's going to be doubled against heroes. So 0.25 minions, 0.5 on the heroes. So if they hit 4 heroes, they're getting a solid 2 seconds off of that, which isn't a ton, but I believe it's what? It's a 10-second cooldown overall, so 8 seconds is pretty good of a cooldown reduction right there. Bahamut Gaming, you talked about optimizing your game, but what would you optimize about your casting? How would you do that? Obsess about it like I always do, and then watch my VODs, and then realize that I say the same words over and over again and try and not use them anymore. I used to say phenomenal a lot. Like, a lot. And there's a lot of crutch words that I still use. I think that's the biggest thing for me, at least, is utilization of crutch words when I'm trying to, for example, like looking around the map right now, usually I'm aimlessly talking about something, like what I do wrong, and then I use crutch words in between there and a lot of ums and a lot of stammering. So that's the big thing. It's clarity in my casting. I trip over my own words quite a bit, and that's something that I'm working on as well in my team fight breakdowns. Overall, though, we do have Lava Wave coming in through the bottom lane. We are going to be having the second objective in favor for the members of Clouded Minds as well. They will be taking down this bottom lane fort, but that means that the top lane boss will be picked up. They knew this was already happening because you can see that there's the little icon in the bottom lane for this boss was already gone, and in top lane, the Ragnos is blocking a little bit, but you can actually see that there's that yellow still standing. That's a standard on every map. If there's an objective, usually it removes the camps on the map. For example, Battlefield of Eternity, Infernal Shrines, all of those camps will disappear when the objective is spawned into... Is it? I might be wrong on that. Like Tomb of the Spider Queen. Maybe it's some... I'm not sure. I'm actually doubting myself, but for example, Tomb of Spider Queen's another good note for that one. If you can see a camp up while the web weavers are out, that means that someone's on it and it's tagged and they're working on it. So in your own games, take that right there. If you have an advantage and the enemy team tries to take a ballsy play on a boss and it's 4v5 and you know that, step onto that point, take that boss. It's a throw pit, but you'll win it probably. Well, as long as you're not like super far behind it. You know what I mean. Wrong, Baha. Here's what you do. You find a friend that is obsessed with butts and you mod him and mix... Thank you, sir. Kaleo, that's so good. Ragnaros will be dropping into the Molten Core form right there as ETC power slides forward. Mosh Pit going to be going on to 2. Maybe, actually, excuse me, 3. Gus pushes them further into the lane, but that's not what you want right there, is they're going to be able to find a kill into the Brightwing. They're looking at Fairy Winkle. Ancestral Healing goes out and Star Knight themselves. Swing does pop the Arcane Barrier, and they're not going to be going down. Objective will be pushing out through that top lane, but they're chasing in further into this. They're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, especially Swing right now, who's taking a lot of minion damage. If they stepped... Oh, luckily there's a wave right there for the fort to target, but Falstad does end up going down. I believe there was some damage over time from Kael'thas, or there was maybe a Pyro Bomb that I might have missed. Every caster uses specific words. Marv Albert made this entire career of saying the word yes! Is this HGC? I wish it was. It should be all of them. That was a really good play from Clouded Minds. I can't lie. You're a goof. You're a great goof, Kaleo. Thanks for coming by, dude. Seriously. You're always great to have in chat. You're always a good laugh. As in, you make great jokes. But seriously, thanks to everybody who's here. Thanks for everyone who's hanging out. Chris, 626262, thank you for coming by as well, my friend. I hope you're all enjoying the stream. Let's continue to break this further down as we do have some... We'll look through some of these numbers and then we should be able to check out the 16s as they do pop up. Let's get the vision really quickly for the members of the blue team as they are going to be going on this boss. We did see ourselves someone over here a second ago. If they're in this bush, they will be seeing that there is... Yeah, you can see. They know. They see all this damage coming in, so they rotate in. Gus goes out, but it's not in the right angle right there as they step onto the point. That's going to be the knockback from the ETC. Purification Salvo coming out from the Phoenix right there as that will be the Angelic Armor... Not the Angelic Armor, the Wrath of Angiris is going to be pulling them away. They do end up stealing away the boss on the side of Clouded Minds. That was huge for them. Ancestral Healing connects on the Tiger, but they actually back off. That's one of those moments where I don't think you needed that Ancestral Healing, but that was kind of them saying like, hey, you can step further forward, but now they found themselves a Ragnaros, and they'll move into this bottom lane with their 16 talent tier as well. Objective going to be popping up in 8 seconds. This is everything Clouded Minds could want and more, as they do have 40 seconds on the camp on the right, and I think it was 30 on the left. So this is just going to be an easy rotation to the boss, or to the objective. We are in our third objective of the game, and as I said before, they scale by 10 seconds every time. First is 30, second is 40, third and onward is going to be 50 seconds. I actually thought when this map first came out that it was exactly that. Like, I thought it went up by 10 seconds every time, but that's not the case. It only scales to a certain point. I think maybe 60 seconds is just, you can't cap it, or there's so much back and forth that it doesn't keep the game rolling. There might be like a stagnant part because the teams are just trying to channel it and they're just getting poked off or something like that. Camp boss should disappear on every map as a map mechanic is spawned. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Infernal like I swore that like Infernal Shrines maybe it was just Infernal Shrines did that, like where the camps didn't disappear, but I was probably wrong on that one. Eugenius is taking so much damage. Mosh Pit onto 1 as they do get the gust out as well. Dunk coming out from the Asmodan. They do get the counter onto that timing for now. And something to note, you can see that yellow bar going out. So there are these little jailers. These jailers will channel this and turn it back over in your favor, but they do not contest the time. When a hero channels it, it turns that bar yellow, much like how it contests on Volskaya Foundry, when you have that 99%, you get that big contested number right there. It's that same kind of premise where it's going to stop the timing. So we'll see if they're going to be able to stop this right now on the side of Clouded Mines, or if this is the momentum in the late game that they needed on the side of Luciodology. They've got their Asmodan stacked up quite a bit, only going to be needing another, what, 58 stacks on that Global of Annihilation for that baseline quest. That first one is already done, so they got the cooldown reduction right there, but Fairywinkle so very low. Purification Salvo goes out, going to connect on quite a few. They already got the Ragnaros early in this game. Zednam doesn't have another mosh pit for 60 some seconds. Dunk goes out from the Asmodan, but they step further forward. This Falstead trying to throw in the damage, but it's just tickling Tiger right now as Brightwing and Joanna do go down. They retarget onto Hentron, who needs to get the barrel roll out with no mana really to spare. They have forced off the Falstead and the Asmodan, who get one more poke, as ETC will be going for the channel. Gonna pop that guitar solo right there. Falstead with another poke, but still Star Knight was already on this point. Meanwhile, in top lane, Reaver minions are going to be pushing this up a little bit. They're going to need to deal with this, but it seems like they're going to try and sneak down over here and steal away the siege camp. But it's not in time. It goes away, and that's what I was just noting. So that would have been cool if they managed to grab it. We could have noted once again how that looks on the minimap for anyone who's wondering. It doesn't happen on Infernal Shrines, though. Oh, Bedlam, are you serious? Okay, so I was right. So Infernal Shrines is the only map where the summonable doesn't despawn the camps. Is that right? Because I swear, like I've sworn that teams have got the Punisher and then gone and just got camps. I swear I've seen that before. But I'm just like a little, like I'm 90% sure, but that 10% is just like, well, I don't know. Like, don't be too confident, Bahamut. Either way, mid lane's gonna get shredded down by the Falstead right now. Lava Wave coming in through mid. They also, or through the bottom, they also dunk out with that Asmodan, and that's just going to be clearing out so much so quickly. Ragnaros is going to get a huge swipe. Nice gust into the corner. Going to force them to try and get right out of there, but now they step right back forward onto the enemy team. Huge another swipe coming out from that Ragnaros as well. Cleanse was out onto Venus, and they managed to back out. Ancestral Healing onto Tiger, who does turn it right back around onto the Falstead. They're trying to just continue to fight over this a little bit as the objective is sieging onto the keep, but they need to back out. Top lane does have a lot of health, and they could rotate up here, but I don't think they're going to be quick enough. They could just go ahead and just set themselves up for a boss, and I think that's exactly the play. Let's get the vision right now. Yeah, they don't... Ooh, they see them. And if you're ever wondering why teams prioritize like taking out these sidewalls, this is exactly it. Like they're seeing the enemy team because of those sidewalls, also because that little minion was doing some work, but they know. Well, they don't know. Are they? Okay, sorry. This is me being a bad caster. I thought this was up and available. So they're gonna make a long rotation. And they have to assume that they're over on this top lane boss. They just have to assume. You can see on the minimap they're going for it. They're gonna push out mid lane a little bit as well. Yeah, you can do camps while the Punisher is active. Okay. But like Infernal Shrines, the other Diablo-based map, that one despawns the camps. Because that one I do remember seeing the camps disappear when the Immortal's in lane. Oh man, these teams, like, let's jump over to the vision right now for the, actually let's do red team. Because they have a nice little bush party right there. Phase shift coming in from the Brightwing. Solo dance going to be onto the Falstead right now, but that's going to be ETC taking so much. I cannot believe it. ETC has lived through all of that. No Ancestral Healing for the next 16 seconds, but they still get the Falstead right there. Fairywinkle's trying to dive onto them. They get the power slide through. This is actually working out so well for them. The Asmodan does go down to the left-hand side, but they managed to get that dunk out trying to get Zednam. I'm blown away by how this ETC's lived. The healing from Star Knight's been so on point, as well as the self-sustain from the ETC themselves. Oh, that's a hard spot to be in, and 20 Talontier is going to be here for that enemy team as well, while Cloud of Mines are going to be pushing in. Luciodology up for the defense onto this. They got to figure out something here really quickly, because the death timers are getting longer and longer. And this is also going to be the first keep of the game going down. You are going to be seeing, you can see it's now going to be dropping the invulnerable state, and it's going to be losing one of those little ticks of armor, which is just going to be core defense essentially, so it just makes it harder for the enemy team to end the game. They could potentially end right now, as they do have a decent wave coming up behind them. Doesn't seem like they want to. Yeah, they're just gonna back right out of there. I thought with their 20, well, the death timers aren't the longest in the world, but they're gonna back off. They're gonna go ahead and get boss and top. They could get boss and bottom as well. Look at this bottom lane sieging in. Falstead needs to get the clear into this. Yeah, they barrel roll forward. They got 20 stacks right now. I'm just curious what Falstead stacks look like after they finish out this wave. It's sitting pretty good. What is it? It's 20 for Falstead as well? Yeah, 20 stacks per bribe. So there's Lava Wave in top. Really good timing on that. They're actually watching their own mini wave and waiting for that to spawn, so they're going to be able to get this one as well. They could have waited a little bit longer, but I think they want to maybe just clear this out and get some easier clear onto the boss. I'm not 100% sure. They did pick up the second lava wave charge, so that means that they can throw it out a little bit more often. Maybe that's the reason they were being so aggressive with it in a sense, but this is also going, yeah, you can even be seeing thrown in bottom lane. They're just trying to de-push these lanes so they don't have to deal with the stacked up pressure constantly coming into them with the periodic Reaver minions in that bottom, but top lane needs to be dealt with at some point. Like, they either need to stop this or they need to deal with top, and Falstad going for the flight into top lane. They didn't go into the Epic Mount, so it's going to be on a full 75-second cooldown if I'm not mistaken. They did go into the wind tunnel. I think that's going to be their way of trying to back off the enemy team from stepping onto the core. And the other thing to note too is they don't really need to worry about too much as long as the boss doesn't take down the core, because that will regenerate health. Moshpit going to be coming out right now. Asmodan will be going down. Purification Salvo coming out as well. A lot of good damage, but Fairywinkle on the back line is forcing Venus to just back off a little bit. Wind Tunnel going to be forcing them away. Pyroblast from the Kael'thas is going to be throwing that little Fairy Dragon around, and they get the triple kill, and they move back, and they go ahead and go for objective. With the 3 dead like that, they might have just been able to kind of maybe Russian. I'm not sure. Swing and friends are a little bit late as the camp is going to be picked up right there. They actually rotate into bottom lane. They want to try and take this keep. Zednam will tank it right there. They power slide forward. This will be an easy burst onto this keep. And this is what I was talking. So they get the objective, and I think that was just insurance in a sense. Still going to be 30 some seconds on a few of these players. Huge gravity laps coming out from the Kael'thas. The Iron Skin's going to be popped by the Johanna as well. And 20 to 20 in talent tiers, and we have 30 some seconds, or I guess 25 seconds on average for a couple of these players on the side of Luciodology. Can Clouded Minds wrap this up and take the game in a 2-0 fashion? It's possible. You mean Battlefield of Eternity, correct, camps disappear when objective is won. Yes, did I say Infernal Shrines? My apologies. They just stay up while they're fighting in the middle. Yeah. I think they despawn once the Immortal spawns in lane. Ooh, ETC goes down right there, as that's going to be the Death Mosh coming out as well. Johanna is going to also be having... That is going to be Iron Skin keeping them alive. Rhaegar goes down, as well as Imperious. They find a Kael'thas as well. The all-in decor doesn't work out for them, and they went too early. They went a little too early. There's no way that the objective ends this. It's close. Yeah, no, and this is what I was talking about, it getting regeneration back right there. Or regenerating its health right there. Wow. I think they should have ignored the boss and taken one final fight. Oh, I think they should have ignored boss and taken one fight. I'm not sure. Let's actually look through some of the numbers really quickly. We'll look at talents once again. I would say this is an easy boss call for Luciodology. There's really nothing on the map they should prioritize outside of their own camp, but they should be able to grab that. Falstad might have bribe stacks, so they might be able to just do that. They'll be able to have 2, which will be another 10% on that lightning rod once they finish out, once they kill one more minion in lane. But this is, yeah, an easy boss in bottom. 1 minute 30 seconds on that, so we're looking at 20, what? I can caster math. My brain's just farting right now. 23, 24 minutes into the game. And they'll be able to push up this bottom lane a little bit further. Minion's going to be coming in through mid, or excuse me, Reaver, or not Null Camp going to be coming in through mid. And this boss in bottom lane, I think they're just trying to open this up on the side of Luciodology. Throwing out that dunk from Asmodan to clear this out, and Falstad going to be sitting at 50 stacks right there. Can go for that easy bribe. Let's actually jump on a sun with no quest and talent. Are they trying to end right here? Needed to either go straight to the core or wait for the objective. Yeah, I agree. They faltered a little bit right there. Are they about to try and take us to game 3 on the side of Luciodology with this? Like, if they can get a pick or two, this will be huge for them. Johanna's going to be stepping forward. Asmodan with the dunk into the backline. Purification Salvo going to be sweeping the enemy team. Not going to be able to get the, I think you just put it on a 10-second reset, so that's going to be someone stunning it out right there. But Fairywinkle gets caught out. Oh, Ragnaros, or excuse me, the Johanna as well. I read Ragnaros, and I was like, no, Johanna's getting bodied right there. Boss is going to be going into the core right there. Gust is coming out as well. And they have that wind tunnel, as I said, but now look at mid lane. They grab this camp, and this is why I say keep this camp off of cooldown. Because just the negative 20 armor and the siege potential it brings into a lane, it's shredding. Falstad can't do anything about this. Asmodan does dunk, but that won't be enough, and they still take down the mid lane keep. That's no armor, no shielding, nothing on that core. Clouded Minds, you gonna try and end here? No, they're gonna go for objective. They wasted 20 seconds instead of going to the core. Yikes. Boston top lane should be up in just a moment as well. I think we said 24 minutes. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be up in top. The fight going to be breaking out here as this can be Dunk coming out from Asmodee and just trying to get those cooldown reductions. They also went to the Art of Chaos so they can get the mana return as well. Power Slide from the ETC looking for someone right there for a mosh pit. They're okay with a solo dance, I think, because just staggering out another death right here is going to be huge. Hentron, Weenus, nice. They're going to be able to pick up the kill, and that will be another stagger death, and that's exactly what they want to do on the side of Clouded Minds. Very, very smart play. Meanwhile, Rhaegar and mid lane will be able to go ahead and get the clear onto this camp, as well as push all that. They do see this, but okay. Just the walk forward, but that's going to be Bless Shield coming out from the Johanna right now. They throw out the dunk as well. Rhaegar's the first one to go down. I believe that was no, that was to Asmodee. Okay, the power slide from Xenom. They're trying to deny this. It's 0.9 seconds. They actually, 0.4 seconds. Can they get it? Can they get it in time? They actually do get the objective right there. Weenus is staying here because they were just trying to get all that. They end up trading out. Kael'thas gets that kill, but Weenus goes down on the Phoenix. A 2-for-3 trade. Objective was picked up in favor for the members of Clouded Minds, though. Wow. Let's look at talents once again if anyone has missed them or just wants to check out what the 20s were and you didn't get a chance to check those out. Alrighty. Lava Wave in top, Lava Wave in bottom, gonna be pushing out all of the minions in wave, and now they just have this mid lane. They can't end with this. Swing and Tiger need to back off because if they step forward and they stagger out Death, that's gonna be a huge power play in favor for Luciodology. Zoning mosh, yeah. Very, very big zoning mosh. Yeah, this mid lane's already cleared out before. Yeah, the core touches it and it goes down. Top lane's gonna be cleared. This is more or less a denial from Clouded Minds to the enemy team. Like them poking out and them all kind of dying. Not all, but a lot of them dying right there. This top lane boss is off cooldown as well, just as we noted before the objective. It denied the enemy team from getting that counter channel and having it set at 0.09 seconds, and then they get the whole channel because there's so many members dead. So, I think it was a worthwhile play from the members of Luciodology, from Clouded Minds, but Luciodology, they're hanging on in this game. Oh, Celestial Charge onto one right there. Power Slide from the ETC. No mosh pit for 5. Asmodee picked off. And now they're looking at Eugenia's as well. Can they dive? Oh, Wrath of Angiers is going to be on to the Johanna pot. Mosh pit immediately on the ground below them. That's going to be the wind tunnel into the corner right there as they're trying to step forward. That's going to be the cleanse as well. Celestial Charge forward. Purification Salvo will connect. Eugenia's is so very low. Do they have the Iron Skin? That's also going to be Kael'thas going down to the false set on the right-hand side right there. That was a lava wave coming in through the top lane, and they're going to be trying to play within that. Phoenix does go down as well. Hentron is looking for an angle into the back line. Eugenia's doesn't go down, but that is the Bright One going to be picked off. And they're trading back and forth on this 2-for-2 as they get the Ancestral Healing onto Star Knight in time. Fairy Winkle's so very low. That's going to be the Johanna picked off by the Imperious, and they find themselves an auto onto the Ragnaros. They turn around and say, Hentron, you are ours. We want to get our KDA up a little bit higher. But chat, this is where they just got to go end. They got to go end. They can't be chasing Hentron around the map. Granted, mid lane is their most well pushed out lane, but they got to go for the end here. This is a hard... You just end. You just end. But, I mean, Phoenix isn't there and Kael'thas isn't there, but you got this. You got this. You got this. They go for objective. This is probably the smarter play, realistically. Probably the smarter play. Because it's not like you can deal damage to the core and it's going to sit at that health. It will regain its health bar, so if you don't end, then you just kind of wasted time. So I see their reasoning. Wind tunnel coming out from the false step, but there's no one there to follow up. Huh. I mean, we're 28 minutes into this game. Like these players are they're trying to find any angle and everything they can do to try and get these kills onto these players. That also will be Hentron taking a decent amount of damage from Kael'thas. We did also have the ignite off of the flame strike right there. Ignite? I feel like I'm wrong on that. Yeah, it is. They're stopping it at 2.6 seconds once again. Power Sight from the ETC. No mosh pit for 8 seconds here. That's going to be the dunks coming in from the Asmodee. They do get the objective. They back right out, or can they back out? Zednam is so very low. They get smooshed by... Oh, but the Death Mosh will stop them from charging further. The Brightwing gets the cleanse. And then they spread the chain bomb around. Sorry. I don't mean to like I'm not laughing at the player or anything. It was just really funny. They went for the cleanse and then they just ended up getting in the mosh and spreading the bomb. Or getting the bomb spread to them. Let's cycle through some stats. I'm gonna cry if they die on the core again because they don't wait for objective. Tired and desperate, a little bit. Is Azmodan fully stacked? Azmodan is fully stacked, absolutely. Let me show that really quickly. Oop. There we go. Azmodan fully stacked, and they also went for Pride at level 20. So it's gonna be just damage and damage and damage and damage. Whew, can they end here? Ragnaros used Molten Core already. That's going to be, I think, a 2-minute cooldown, and it should be maybe around like 30, 60 seconds still on that. They didn't go for the heroic difficulty, which is cooldown reduction overall, so this is going to be a 29-minute, not Stormpike. I can't remember the name of the unit, but it's going to be the, Falstead trying to go for the Cheeky Gust. They're looking for that angle right now, but that's going to be the Purification Salvo going on a few. Ragnaros will be getting thrown around with the, the Wrath of Angiris, and so far this is not... It's not going south, but here's the thing. Look at the core health right now. Azmodan may have gotten there, Falstead may have gotten that kill right now, but the objective will end the game, and that's going to be game number 2 over the members of Clouded Minds. GG. Well played. Objective 2 OP. Level 25, by the way? Yeah. Whew. All right, let's get some talents here. Very good, GG's. Do not go anywhere. We got ourselves a little bit of an interview right now, and we are going to be joined by the Captain Tiger. How you doing? How you feeling after that 2-0 victory?
Oh, man. Oh, I feel nervous, man. I cannot believe what a fight that team put up in that last game. We got the objective like 3 times, and we couldn't take it down. We feel good about the win. We needed the win. But man, what a couple games they played.
It was such a fun series to watch. Let's actually back it up a little bit and let's go to Tomb of the Spider Queen game 1. You guys had a pretty dominant start in that match, and you had really, really good rotations, and it went back and forth a little bit. Did you feel like the enemy team kind of got a power spike and started to kind of bring the game back against you, or was it just kind of, we took this loss, it's not that big of a deal, we'll bring it back and we'll continue to push into the enemy team?
Actually, I just think that their comp is incredible.
Okay.
After the draft, we were like, oh man, they got Quira, Kael'thas, God, I don't remember who else they had, but we were just completely, yeah, they had a great comp.
It was a little bit of a terrifying first game because they got a couple picks onto you, I believe, in the solo lane with that Kira.
That Kira was kicking my butt. Hats off to the Kira.
How do you any tips out there for anyone who's solo laning against them?
Against Quira?
Yeah.
Yeah, ban Quira in draft.
There's your tip. There's your tip, everybody. Transitioning over to game number 2, they kind of clap back and they take the Azmodan away from you. This composition that you put together was there just like, we want to get these heroes, or was it a little bit more reactionary to the enemy team?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to get some stun heroes. We were nervous about what they were going to take, so we wanted to take the Kael'thas away from them.
Okay.
And we always like a couple stuns on our tanks to help out. But they had a serious push comp with the Rag waves.
Oh yeah.
And the Asmo. So we saw what strat they were going for. They were just trying to push the lanes, and they had 2 globals. And so we said, we're going to all in the team fight at the objective, and if we win the objectives, we should be good. But Rag was nullifying a lot of that, so it was hard.
It was a lot of good back and forth plays. Like I had so much fun casting that. I wasn't sure who was going to be able to take game 3. Like I was at one point, I was just like, are they going to be able to take this? Like, is this going to be like the end of, is this going to be us going into game number 3? Because there was a couple moments where they started pushing in through the bottom lane and got a ton of value. But I gotta say, like, it was so much fun watching these games, and it was such a blast to cast. Before I let you run, any shout-outs that you'd like to give, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, shout out to you for taking the time, to come and do this match. We really appreciate that. Of course, the team, Luciodology, Man, great games. You guys are amazing. You guys had us on the ropes, so good luck this season. And then to my teammates, we need a couple more wins. We're trying to climb back into the top 2 spots. So good work, and let's keep it going.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games, and I can't wait to catch you down the line in the Nexus Gaming